What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In our first news, Islam Makhachev had a clear message for Australian fans during the UFC 322 press conference. When asked about fighting in Australia again, he kept it simple and confident, saying he enjoyed his previous trips, the atmosphere, and the energy, and added that he is now 3-0 there and plans to make it 4. His confidence didn't stop there. Makhachev also said he intends to show JDM who the better striker is when they meet on Saturday. When asked what he thought about JDM's striking, Islam explained that every fighter at this level has solid skills. He said JDM is one of the best strikers in the division, but he believes he is also a very good striker, and the fight will reveal who truly stands above the other in that department. His tone was calm, not trash talk, just steady confidence in himself and his preparation. As for the press conference overall, it was smooth. But one thing stood out: Makhachev's star power was obvious. A huge number of fans showed up for him, cheering loudly every time he spoke or was mentioned. It was a clear reminder of how much support he has built over the years and how big this moment is heading into fight night. Moving on to another news, Dustin Poirier recently crossed paths with the man fans jokingly called John Pork, and the interaction quickly turned into a playful moment. As soon as Dustin saw him, he asked, "Really? Two-time?" before jokingly checking if he knew how to wrestle. When John Pork replied that he had no wrestling experience, Dustin laughed and told him straight up, "You look like Islam." John Pork thanked him, and Dustin told him he was in great shape. The two shared a light exchange, with Dustin mentioning that both of them were basically retired now, referencing his own long career and hinting that he's nearing the end. The moment had an easygoing vibe, with Dustin giving him props while still keeping things fun. It was a short but entertaining interaction, showing Dustin's humor and the way the John Pork meme continues popping up across the MMA world. Moving on to another news, Chael Sonnen opened up about a recent interaction he had with Makhachev, and the way he told the story made it clear that the lightweight division is still lingering somewhere in Islam's mind. On the latest episode of Good Guy Bad Guy with Daniel Cormier, Sonnen explained that Islam approached him just a couple of days ago, asking for some quick wrestling advice. Sonnen said he was genuinely flattered because despite everything Islam has already achieved, he still showed that level of respect and curiosity to learn. Sonnen then recalled that Islam had come in to do media, and while standing around with everyone else, he suddenly asked Chael for a quick wrestling lesson. Islam told him that aside from a few others, Chael was someone he truly admired in terms of technique. That compliment alone surprised Sonnen, but he went along with it and started showing him a few things right there on the spot. As they worked through positions, Sonnen admitted that Islam was operating at a level higher than his own, yet the champion still wanted to pick his brain, especially about a position he had seen before involving JDM. Sonnen said that before he knew it, the two of them were pressed up against the wall, breaking down details, adjusting grips, and working through the sequence. And in the middle of that moment, Sonnen noticed something telling. When Islam talked, when he asked questions, when he thought through certain wrestling scrambles, his mind kept drifting back to 155. Sonnen could hear it in the way he spoke. To him, Islam still sees the lightweight division as something that belongs to him, something he hasn't emotionally stepped away from. Chael said he wishes Islam would completely separate from 155 and fully commit to this new chapter at 170. He looked at Islam, saw how big and strong he has become, and still felt that connection to his old division holding him back mentally. Sonnen shared all of this not just as a story, but as a bit of foreshadowing, hinting that once the fight is over, he plans to revisit the topic and see whether Islam has truly moved on, or if that lightweight pull is still there beneath the surface. Moving on to another news, Nickal believes JDM is the most underrated fighter in the entire UFC. In a recent video posted on his YouTube channel, Nickal said he has spent a lot of time studying JDM's style and feels that both fans and fighters fail to give him the respect he deserves. According to Nickal, when he looks at the overall landscape, JDM stands out as someone whose skill set is far more complete than people realize. Nickal said that the most underrated fighter in the UFC could honestly be JDM, especially with how sharp and composed he is. He mentioned that JDM is fighting this weekend, and because he has watched and studied him extensively, he knows just how legit the guy really is. Nickal added that JDM has clean striking, strong fundamentals, and the kind of calm pressure that makes him dangerous in any matchup. He pointed out that JDM's opponent this weekend is a strong wrestler and grappler, someone known more for grappling exchanges than striking. Nickal said that dynamic makes the matchup interesting, especially because many think JDM is just a striker, while he believes there's far more depth to his game. Nickal ended by saying he's excited to see how the fight plays out and hopes more people start recognizing how good JDM truly is. Moving on to another news, Islam Makhachev shared a lighthearted but important message with MMA fans after something unexpected started bothering one of his close teammates. In a video posted by the UFC, Islam explained that Magomed Zanov, whose real name is Chenko, has been dealing with an overwhelming wave of internet jokes. Fans have been calling him John Pork, a nickname that began as a meme, but has now taken over his Instagram comments. According to Islam, the non-stop spamming has gotten so excessive that Chenko is genuinely considering turning off his comments completely. Islam said he wanted to introduce his team properly, pointing out that Chenko is a two-time professional Muay Thai world champion, someone with real credentials and a serious fighting background. But the moment he mentioned him, fans immediately flooded the comments with the John Pork meme, and Islam could tell it was starting to get under his teammate's skin. In the video, Islam joked around a bit, trying to lighten the mood, but he also made it clear that this had turned into something his teammate didn't enjoy anymore. Islam recalled a moment where he introduced him proudly, saying, "This guy is a champion," and instead of respecting that, people jumped straight into the John Pork joke. He said he talked to Chenko later and realized the comments were upsetting him more than people might think. Islam asked fans directly to stop calling him John Pork, saying it was the wrong thing to do and that it genuinely bothers his teammate. He emphasized that what seems like a harmless meme to fans can actually affect someone personally, especially when it happens thousands of times. Moving on to another news, Shavkat Rakhmonov has fired back at JDM after hearing comments that didn't sit well with him. Rakhmonov wasn't pleased when JDM suggested that the welterweight division had already moved past him due to inactivity. Over the last 2 years, Shavkat has only fought twice, scoring a strong finish over Stephen Thompson, who is currently unranked, and earning a decision win over Ian Machado Gary, who now sits at number 6. Recently, JDM was asked about Shavkat's current place in the division. He didn't dismiss him entirely, but he made it clear that he believes activity matters more than anything. JDM said the division keeps moving, and if a fighter stays inactive for too long, it's only natural to fall behind. He pointed to fighters like Sean Brady and Ian Gary, calling them examples of guys who stay busy and keep climbing by consistently fighting high-level opponents. When pressed about why Shavkat still holds the #1 contender spot despite not fighting often, JDM replied that activity is key and that sitting on the sidelines eventually costs you momentum. He finished by saying he isn't focused on picking opponents anyway, and he'll fight whoever the UFC puts in front of him next. But Shavkat wasn't going to let those comments slide. He responded directly on social media and delivered a sharp reminder aimed at JDM. He wrote, "The only reason you got that title shot was my injury. Funny how you forgot you were inactive for almost 14 months before that." The clapback instantly picked up traction, showing that Shavkat isn't just watching the division, he's listening, and he's ready to address anyone who tries to downplay his position. Moving on to another news, Dana White shared his thoughts on JDM's future as he sat down with Fox Sports Australia to talk about the upcoming fight. Dana made it clear that this matchup is a massive moment in JDM's career, one that could completely redefine how the world views him. According to Dana, if JDM wins this weekend, he won't just be beating a champion, he'll be defeating one of the greatest fighters of all time. Islam Makhachev moved up to challenge him, trying to take his belt, and getting past someone of Islam's caliber would instantly elevate JDM to another level. Dana explained that JDM may feel disrespected right now, especially with the odds, the criticism, and the constant chatter surrounding the fight. But he reminded everyone that JDM is going up against a fighter with a legendary resume and a proven dominant run. That kind of opponent naturally overshadows anyone standing across from him. Still, Dana said the stakes couldn't be higher. If JDM pulls off the win on Sunday, his entire life will change. His career, his legacy, and the way fans and fighters talk about him will all shift instantly. Beating Islam Makhachev would solidify him as the real deal. Not just a contender, but a superstar with a defining victory on his record. Moving on to another news, the UFC 322 undercard took an unexpected hit after reports confirmed that Cody Haddon has pulled out of his fight against Malcolm Wellmaker Wellmaker at the very last minute. The matchup was scheduled to take place on the prelims, but Haddon suffered an injury that forced him out just days before the event. This update came as a surprise because during media day on Wednesday, Haddon had talked openly about his recent struggles with injuries and how badly he wanted to get back into the cage. He said he had experienced tough setbacks throughout the year, dealing with multiple injuries that removed him from an earlier fight. He explained that it felt like back-to-back bad luck, but he was grateful to finally be returning on this card, and even mentioned that he specifically asked for this fight. Unfortunately, it now looks like that unlucky streak is continuing. Fans may remember that Haddon was originally scheduled to face Ilya's brother Alexander back at UFC 312, but he pulled out of that fight as well due to injury. With this latest withdrawal, it seems the setbacks haven't let up for him. As for Malcolm Wellmaker, he quickly received a new opponent. He will now be facing Ethan Ewing, the A1 Combat Bantamweight champion, who is stepping in to make his UFC debut. Ewing enters the fight with strong momentum, riding an 8-fight win streak, 7 of which came by knockout. The matchup has also been shifted from a bantamweight bout to a featherweight bout to accommodate the last-minute change. Wellmaker posted a video on social media addressing the situation. He explained that he received a phone call early in the morning, informing him that Haddon had somehow broken his foot the night before and would no longer be able to compete. He said his new opponent is Ethan Ewing and admitted he knows just as little about him as everyone else. Still, he gave Ewing credit for stepping up on short notice. Wellmaker said he was heartbroken that the fight with Haddon was canceled because he was looking forward to the challenge and the respect he hoped to earn with a strong performance. However, he remained positive, saying he was grateful to have a replacement and that this is simply how the fight game works. He finished by telling fans that he will still be competing at Madison Square Garden on Saturday and promised to put on a show. Moving on to another news, Carlos Prates sent a sharp warning to Leon Edwards during the UFC 322 press conference. While speaking to the media, Prates didn't hold back, declaring that he plans to become the first fighter to knock Edwards out, and he intends to do it in the very first round. He spoke with full confidence, saying he has made a habit of handing opponents their first knockout losses inside the UFC. Prates pointed out his fights with Jeff Neal and Li Jingliang, explaining that neither man had ever been knocked out before facing him. He said that he stepped into the cage, imposed his power, and proved once again that his striking is on a different level. According to him, Saturday night will be no different, and he believes a first-round finish over Edwards will secure his long-awaited title shot. Prates said, "I am the best at knocking people out in the first round for the first time in the UFC. Before me, Li Jingliang had never lost by knockout, and I went there and knocked him out. With Jeff Neal, it was the same. On Saturday night, I'm going to knock him out to earn my title shot." His tone carried the confidence of a fighter who truly believes his power is unmatched, and he made it clear that he intends to make a loud statement on fight night. Beyond the press conference talk, Prates also made waves outside the cage when he arrived for fight week in a custom UFC and Marlboro-themed Toyota Supra. The flashy entrance quickly caught fans' attention, with many joking online about the sponsorship money behind it. The car itself became a mini headline, showing that Prates wasn't just planning to steal the spotlight inside the octagon, but outside of it as well. Cameras captured him stepping out of the custom Supra, smiling, energized, and ready to deliver on all the bold promises he's been making throughout the week. With the fight approaching, Prates continues to build momentum with every appearance and every statement he makes. His confidence, his knockout history, and his aggressive mindset have added an extra layer of excitement to his matchup with Edwards. Whether he delivers another first-round finish or not, Prates has already succeeded in drawing massive attention heading into Saturday night.